This is the Daily Paycheck on CGTV. I am John from ProCrafts, and what we're doing on this show is two things. One, building a master bankroll from $10,000 to $100,000, 10% at a time, compounding our master bankroll with those small incremental wins. It's going to be an exercise, folks, in extreme discipline. It's tough to win 10%. It's even tougher to walk when you're up 10%. And the second major thing I want to test out here is strategies. We want to see, are there strategies or betting patterns that can earn us a consistent 10% day after day? Specifically, can they last a full month of live simulated playtime? My rolls, my spins, my card play, and yeah, some of my bad luck. Ultimately, I want to know, are there strategies that we can trust to deliver us a daily paycheck? And I will do it all live for you. No editing of videos, no fudging results, no nothing. It's easy to do this one time and show a win. We're gonna show this for 20 straight days and see how these strategies stand up to me. So with all that said, let's get to today's daily paycheck. All right, let's get after here, guys. It is Tuesday, day 2 of the M.O.B, and I'm gonna show you, I haven't talked to Dan yet. This is like Dr. Dan's strategy, and we were supposed to talk yesterday, but I had such a busy day with work, I couldn't get around to making any personal things happen at all. So let me run through what the strategy is. And the first thing we do is we divide our bankroll by 6. So I'm going to play with 3,000 bucks today, and divided by 6, that's 500. Okay. What we do is we use that as our key to know how much we're going to bet on the insides. So 500, roughly 500, I can do 550 inside. Okay. If you're at a $600 bankroll, you're looking at 100 bucks, which would give you 110 inside. Okay. So you're going to use that kind of as your guide. Okay. That's the first thing. So let's get 550 set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 100 bucks. Get the 5 and 9 for 25 each. 50 on the 8. I'll take the next 100 bucks and put 50 on this, or 6 and 8. Okay, that's our inside play. It's 550 inside. So there's our change. I have 400 bucks left. What we do then is we're going to play the don't pass or the don't come, either way you want to do it, for 375. Why 375? It's 3 times your smallest bet size, which in our case is 125. So 375 bucks. I'll put on the don't pass. You have $75 back in your rack. I'll put the rack money right here in front. Okay, that's the setup. Let's give some rules here, right? We play this until this bet gets whacked cleanly 3 times. So we lose 3 come-outs, we're done for the day, okay? I'm gonna try and keep the rack being rebuilt all day long. So when I'm the equivalent of 3 down, when I'm the equivalent of $1,000 down, that's gonna be my key to be done. Here we go. Let's set a point. Let's say the point is a 5. It doesn't matter that much what it is, but we'll talk about an inside point first. It's a 5. And we're set up. We have 375 here, 125 in here. Let's go over the bad situations first. If we hit a 5, buckshot the point, you're going to win 175 for the 5 while you lose 375, which means you effectively have lost 200 bucks on the buckshot. Note that. So the buckshot cost you 200 bucks. That's one bad result that could happen. The other bad result that could happen is an immediate 7, the quick 7, the 0.7 out, where you lose 550. But you'd win to 375 bucks, costing you 175. So in the 2 worst possible cases, you either lose 200 bucks on a buckshot, or you're going to lose 175 on a 0.7 out. Those are your 2 kind of nightmare scenarios. Besides the come out 7, taking that bet down there. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. Very simple. Your first hit is a collect, and what you're going to do is I'm going to take these all pay 175. 125 and the 5 and I pay 175. 150 here pays 175. I'm going to pay it as 200 for 25. 175 plus out of my rack is that. Now, let's revisit the bad situation again. If we now have a 5 come, that would pay, we'd lose the don't, and it would pay 175. Okay. Our net loss there is 200 bucks off that don't, but you would have won a little bit, right? So where are we at? 550, 600, 7, 8, 975 bucks. You're effectively at a tie if that happens. Okay, it's cost you a quarter if you hit the point after the there's my 200 bucks. Okay, there's our money in the rack. Now looking for hit number 2, again, they would all pay 175. So 200 for 25. And now I've got 4.25 in the rack. Okay, 425 bucks. This is the nexus point. This is the point where all the decisions get made. Dan, who created the strategy, says at this point, pull down. What does that look like? If you pull it all down right now, we would be here. 400, 5, 6, 7, 800, 975 bucks locked. Okay, you're down 1/4. So now the bad situation, you hit your point, you lose 170, 375, you've lost 1/4 for the shooter. Okay, that's not great, but it's also, you did a lot of work. You beat the come out, you got 2 hits, and you're still down 1/4, which I don't like. Okay, if you happen to grab the 7 though, you win 375, right? And now you're looking good. Now you're up. There's your starting bankroll, and you're up all this. Now you're up 500 and change. Okay, so you can go from being basically at a tie in a lot of situations to being way up on that nice 7 at the end there. Now, the debate has been, my internal debate has been this. Let me get this all set back up for us again. The debate has been, what do we do here? Right, you've gotten 2 hits. You have 1/4 left. You have 4.25 in your rack. Okay, what do you do here? You could pull down like we just did and go for the 7 hammer. Okay, you could leave these bets up, and every time it's 200 bucks to the rack. Okay, you could regress the whole thing down to like 160 across. Right, you can take all this down. You can leave 150 out here. Let's just say like this. You can take the don't pass down to 250 and have 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 950 in your rack. You can do like 154 across. Just take the 5 off and let the don't pass be there strong and start playing the numbers here for you. You have a lot of choices. After roll 2 or after hit 2, you have lots of choices. You're going to be locked in profit. If you pull some don't pass money, now you're locked in profit. It's up to you how to play that. Dan would prefer that we reduce the don't to 250 and play it out for the 7, locking in 100 bucks. Like a partial regression down there. So that's an option. And I'm not 100% opposed to it. I don't love it, but I'm not opposed to it. We can go ahead and do that. Dan says greed will kill you. I would also caution you that that tie situation or the small $100 win situation is also not ideal for me, right? If you leave bets up, right, to go for the 200 bucks every time, or if you go down to like 160 or 154 and keep playing up here, you're locking in a tie, which is okay, but you're going to be able to profit on the big roll. Remember, I'm not looking to win 100 bucks here, right? We're looking to win 1,000. My goal for this series, for this strategy, is to win a whole $1,000, which means I would have to pull back 100 bucks off those numbers 10 times to do it. So if I'm looking to just win a couple, 200, 300 bucks, that way makes more sense. If I'm looking to win more, then you got to change your vision a little bit on that thing. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. So we're gonna try and get to that situation and talk through it today if we can. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead. Why is my oh, you know what? The what is going on? Oh, I know what it is. Hold on. This was happening yesterday too. I can't seem to get these things to go away. Let's do that. Let's make a change here. There's a setting for this. Automatically hide the comments after 15 seconds. That should make them hide. I don't know. We'll find out. Here we go. Let's come out. I'm going to take $1,000 here. I'll get us all set up. There's $375 for the don't pass. The quarter change. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 400. I'm going to get all the greens I can. 400, 800. Okay, let's go. 9, 8, 6, and 5. 75 in the rack. 925 in the felt. Place bets are off. Don't pass is on. And let's do this. And I'm going to do it a couple of ways today. We're going to kind of talk through it. I'd like to make some money today, but I'm more interested in talking through with you live how this thing is going to play out. All right, so let's get going here. Who is in chat today? Let's see who's here. If I hit the 7, I'd pull down $600, Dan says, right? He's right about that. However, if I don't hit the 7, I've won nothing. I've done a lot of work to win very, very, very little. And that's what I worry about with it. I don't want to be out here playing scared money, pulling it all down, and not getting anything out of it. It's hard to get this bet through, and it's hard to get 2 hits. If you do all that and your whole reward is $100, it feels a little bit like it wasn't worth the effort. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to say it like that, but that's what it would feel like to me. Is like, man, we just did all that work and didn't work out for us. But let's give it a shot. Let's go ahead and play it a couple ways here. Coming out. Oh boy, big old kiss. That's a 3 though. Look at that. Look at that. Woo, baby. We didn't talk about this situation, but this is a great situation. 2, 1, 3. That pays $375 on the don't. What we do is say, thank you very much. I don't want another. And we pull the don't pass down. It just comes right on down. And what I've got here is 500, 600. Let's get this set up right here. 700, $800. Immediately back in the rack, right? Out of 1,000, I get $800 recovered. Leaving those bets out there by themselves. There's no need to have a don't pass. It paid its due. Get out of Dodge. You grab one of those, that's a freaking miracle, right? How many times do you lose this don't pass on something dumb? I'm not going to put the money at risk. I think that's one of the best adjustments that Dan made with this thing is take the money and run. Now we're going to be on a 6, 3, 3, 6. Whoops. And let's get a couple of hits up here and get our money back, right? One hit effectively gets our rack right, which is awesome sauce. Here we go. All right, give me an inside number, Johnny boy. Inside number, Johnny boy. Let's do it. There is a 7. All right, so look at me sucking up the life out of the room. 617, we get nothing out of that shit. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? Set up for success, and I just peed on the fire right there. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Okay, that was such a good situation. We should have got one hit, and we're in profit. One hit, and we're $500 up, right? I get nothing. All right, let's move this out of the way. God, I should just play it from there. Man, that sucks. That really sucks. All right, there's our 375. Don't. Let's get the up top. God, I just can't believe I did that. I hate sucking at this game. I really do. There's the 5 and the 9. Again, those will be off for a minute. I got to get $100 out of the rack to get our 6 and our 8. And damn it, that makes me angry. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Freaking 0.7 out. All right, let's do it. AZ, sucking life out of conversation earlier. Sorry, man. I'm just trying to give you all the options here. You got to see everything. I know it takes me a while to get through some of these explanations, but if we're going to do it, we got to do it right and make sure that we explore all the options are super important. There's, hey, look, we did it again. All right, let's try this one more time. Ace deuce. Look at me go. Let's make it work this time, please, shooter. 375, and we're coming down. All right, let's get $100 for those greens. So I've got $700 in the rack now, not the 900 I had before. Let's do it. Let's get a number. Let's grab us a point. Let's grab us a point. Here we go. That looks like a 6, a 4, 2, 6. Just like last time. But this time, we're going to make money. This time, we're going to hit an inside number. I have a feeling. I got a feeling. Let's go. Come on. Inside number, Johnny. There's a 4 and a 2. That's a 6. That's the point. That would have hurt if we were playing at the. We didn't get that 1, 2, 3. That would have hurt a lot. There's 175. That's $200 for a quarter out of my rack. 175 plus my quarter is 200. And here we go. We've got 500, 900 in the rack. So we're a little bit light still. Puck is off. Now, let's do the math really quick because we can be done here if we want to be. Okay. We have in our rack 900 plus 550 plus 1 which means we've got 475 in profit, okay? If we want to be done with 475, we can be done. Remember, our goal, though, is 1,000, so we're going to keep on playing it out. We're going to play for a hit or two more here and get on out of here, okay? And yeah, Dan's got a good point. Let me get a number established here, and then we'll talk through that. I think it's a great point, Dan. Let's go. And I think this. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Come out aces. Boy, the come out would have been the deal today. Let me get it set up here, and then I want to give you some options because I think it's important. Here we go. All right, there's an 11, yo. We would have gave it back. 6-5. 6-5, yo. All right. Seven. Let's get all the garbage out of the way right now. 5-2-7. Horn, 7. Wow. Okay, there's a 10. 6-4. Sweet. Outside point. Here we go. Okay, now let's talk options. 6-4-10. We got option 1. Pull it all down and go home. That's 550 plus a quarter. That's 575. We have 900 here in the rack from our last shooter. That would give us 475 in profit. It's a great day's work. That's a super paycheck, right? We can go right home. Be one of our top paychecks in the whole series, right? That'd be great. But again, I'm trying to win a G. The other thing I can do is what Dan suggested, which is this. We can go 330 inside. I'm going to take a quarter here and get some reds out of it. We'll do that suggestion. Okay. This will be a black. And so we'll do one. Let's see. I got to get all this right here. So sorry. Let's make these look like greens. 1, 2, 330 inside looks like, I think, 75 and 75 and 90 and 90. I got to get another set of nickels out of there. There we go. We're 370, 330 inside, which means I'm bringing back $200, right? Here's my rack. Starting bankroll is safe, and I've got $145 in locked profit. I can sit up here, I can collect black chips all day long. Just collect blacks until I'm done. Okay, now, if I took the $500 and went home, I'd be done with $500 in profit. As it is right now, I've got to collect at least 3 times, 4 times to get that money back, right? So I'm putting more money at risk. I'm locking up a little bit, but I got a bunch of money at risk up there, right? I got to do more work to get the $500 back in my rack. That I already had $500. I'm basically throwing $500 away right now. Okay, so let's be honest about that, but it's a good regression. It's a good regression. And in fact, a better thing to do might be this. I was thinking about this last night, but I won't do it now. I'll talk through it after it happens. Okay, let's try and make some magic happen first. Then I'll give you a kind of a fun thing to think about. Here we go. Let's work the inside a little bit, hopefully. And there's the 9. Just sit here and rack blacks till the cows come home. 639. 105. Okay. There's 105. Let's do it again. 5 and a 3. All right. There is the 7. Okay. Happens in one shot, we lose it, which really sucks. So we burn a little bit. We took what could have been $475 in profit and turned it into $250. I'll take those reds out. So we're locked in at 250 as our win today, right? Now we've got this. Question is, do you keep playing or is that good enough? Again, I'm going for bigger wins because we're going to accept a $1,000 loss. I'm going to try and lock in a $1,000 win. That did suck, Dan, I know. It happens though, right? So let's go back at it. We're going to come right back to it. Not at my goal. I'm going to keep on playing. Now, this might be a terrible decision I'm making here, but that's what I'm going to do. Let's get our bets set. I need some money out of the rack. Let's get reset. Again, we could have walked with 400 and change. We could have walked with 250 just now, but we're going to come on back out. Again, if I'm willing to risk $1,000 to make $1,000, I've got to do it. I've got to make that decision, right? And be okay with my decision. So here we go. Let's come on out. How about another come out horn? What do you think? Can we do it? Another little ace deuce here on this come out? How sweet would that be? Ah, no, we got the yo. We got the freaking yo. So here we are. This is going to be snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, right? We'll lose 375. That shooter is a loss. We have our note down there. Let's do it. Now we're going to have to like work. And I'm hoping that this, and if we lose today, we lose today, right? I'll be pissed, but it'll be what it is. I hope that the discussion of the options there is good. Hope you're in chat talking about what you would have done, because that's a tough point to be at right there. All the things you can do to walk away a winner. There's our money back. Walk away a winner, or walk away a loser, or walk away tied. There's so many options that we have. 375. Now, here, we're not going to leave. That just puts us back where we should have been, right? We lost a little tiny bit. We got to go back in here. This is going to be there. Is that right? Yeah, okay. That can't be considered a win because we lost on the 11. So now we're back to where we started this shooter with. So, all right. How about a point, dude? How about an inside number? There's a 5. 3, 2, 5. Sweetness. Let's go. 3, 2. Let's get a couple of hits. Let's get a couple of hits and make some decisions, right? A couple of hits, have a reason to talk about it. That's what I want. Something inside. Here we go. Ah, bad throw. It's a 10. That sucks. That was not a good throw. Mark the Point says, I like this new John. What is the new John? You mean the degenerate? It's not about being a degenerate, if that's what you're saying. It's more about, like, what is your win goal? Like I said, you got to win more often than you lose, which we typically do. You got to win more than you lose when you win. And I think winning 200 and losing 1,000 is a bad recipe. Winning 1,000, losing 1,000 is okay, right? So you got to keep the ratios better. Yesterday, we only won 100 and a quarter because of time. Here we go. Give me something inside, dude. Something inside. All right, there is ace deuce again. Boy, the ace deuces and the aces today are wicked. Absolutely wicked. Okay, here we go. There's a 6-6 midnight. Again, no help. No help. Come on, man. I hate throws like this where you're getting all this crap and like you're working really hard and getting nothing out of the work here. Give me something inside, John. Come on. Be a shooter. There's an 8. Okay, 4-4, the square pair. We like this situation, right? This is 100 for 25. We'll take 200 bucks. Guaranteed to tie. Guaranteed to tie for the shooter, which we love. Okay. There's a 3 again. Good Lord. How many 3s have I thrown today? That's a repeater 3 on this shooter already. But before the shooter, I had a bunch of them too, right? Man. That's pretty fun. Funny how the dice just go some days, right? Whatever you're doing, how it just seems to cook in certain directions, man. All right, let's go. Let's give me something to eat here, huh? Come on. Something good. Ah, freaking hell. 7. All right, so we tie. That was a lot of work. That was a bunch of junk in there. But we got our 175 out of it, right? So what happens is this, 375 for the don't. There's the 175 that we won on that one hit. So it's a tie. Comes back to the rack. And we can do a quick rack count. There's $600. There's a black chip. There's $700 in the rack, okay? This makes 1,000. This makes profit. So again, we're 150 in profit, just like yesterday. We have time to keep playing, so we're gonna go 375. On the don't, we'll go 400, 550 bucks up top. And again, we're just not hitting our stride again, right? We need those nice juicy rolls. I'm getting garbagey rolls today. Again, look at all the pink. Look at all the pink on screen. Oh my God, look at the roll tracker. All that pink. Good lordy, lordy, lordy. Wow. Okay, let's go. Let's survive. Let's survive a roll here, right? Let's survive that roll. It's a hard 6, 3, 3. That was a nice looking throw. All right, here we go. Let's work the inside. Let's work the inside. I'm gonna do this here. Oops. All right. Come on, John. Couple of numbers. Tired of tying. I'm tired of being in a tie. There's a 9, 5, 4. Tired of tying. 5, 4. There's my 9. My last quarter makes it look like 200 bucks. We're gonna tie no matter what, which is fine. But can a brother get a profit run here, huh? Give it to me. Give me a little bit of profit. There's an 8. We got the sister of the point, and we're going to be in profit town. 5, 3, 8. Now, here's more things to talk about. 175 coming home. Okay. How's it look in the rack? We have 500 here. That's our starting bankroll. I got 550 up there. If I bring that down, along with this here, that gives us our money back, right? We'll be back at $3,000 in the rack plus 125. Plus 375 is 500 bucks in profit. Right now, I can lock up 500 bucks in profit. It is 7:30. 7:30. That's our choice, right? We want to lock up the profit now. Do you want to go 154 across? What do you want to do? Like, here's the question, right? Do you want to reduce it all back? You want to keep on hitting inside numbers and racking 200 bucks? That's the question. Nothing bad can happen to us. No matter what happens, we're bringing back 375, and we're going to be in a tie. Right? I think we keep playing. And again, I think we can do something interesting here. Okay? Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this out in a way that Dan's going to hate. But we went 330 inside last time PSO'd. We got our 2 hits. I'm going to do something that I think is going to be hopefully a little bit fun. Here we go. Watch my plan. My plan is going to be a tiered regression here. I'm not going to Philly special. I'm going to do a tiered regression, and then I'll take a hot run for a ride. But here we go. Watch this. Let's get it in. I'm talking shit. Like, let's get inside number first. There is a 5. Okay, so we're going to win 415, 175. We're going to take 25 and get 200 bucks. Okay, I'm going to at the same time regress down to 440 inside. Okay, I'll leave 50 bucks out there. I'm going to take this bunch of money back. We're going to make this look like reds. 440 inside. And if I color stuff up, there's 300, there's 400. And my rack now has 800 bucks in the front side, plus the 60. Okay, I got 440 sitting out there still, plus the 375. Here we go again. Okay, there's a 6. That sucks. That really sucks. I want to buckshot my damn point, 516. But we'll leave our bets out there. That's going to lose 375. It's going to win 140. So we're going to win 150 for 10. Okay. 2.25 goes back to the house. 150 comes back to the rack. If I take these greens out of my rack, that, friends, is my $1,000 back again. And I've got 440 in profit. 440 in profit on the felt. Okay. We can do a number of things here, right? We can do a lot of stuff. Again, we're in the same spot we were before. Now, the interesting thing about all this is this. We've been up $500 twice today. We are up basically $500, right? 440 is close enough, right? Second time today, we've gotten up to $500. We blew it the last time. We went 330 inside and I 7'd out right away. We can pull the 440 down right now. I can make that look like 160 and lock in a little bit more profit and just go half price crazy town, right? A lot of options here we can explore. I think the best move, honestly, what I was going to do is this. Take another hit, go down to 220 inside, okay? And again, lock up extra, or again, just go 160 across and just call it a spade. If we do 160 across, we're going to bring in a couple $100 in profit. If it ends up being that way, it ends up being that way. Again, I think the 2 hit to profit town is a good place to be. I don't know. I kind of want to do the drawdown just because it's fun and I want to see it work. But ultimately, does it matter? I guess it probably does. We could lose all that and be kind of, I hate to lose it all and just walk out here with a freaking tie, right? There's a come out 7, 6, 1. So in chat, you can put your options in there. We have so many options right now. It's great. I love being in a spot where I get to decide if I want to take $400 home with me or not, right? It's actually a really nice, powerful spot to be in. There's a 9. Okay, point's going to be a 9. And here we go. Wait it out. Wait it out, he says, Arcades, right? I would have scooped to match the DC with a place point. Sure, totally, right? You can put the 6 as a place point and scoop it on up. All y'all are saying, Tom Gregory says $300 bankroll, 30% with a stop loss of 1,000. No, I'm trying to do a 1-for-1 stop loss. So if my stop loss is 1,000, right? I'm looking at 100. Yeah, I'm trying to use bigger bet sizes from this to make a 1/3 profit is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make 1/3 from 1/3, basically. If I wanted to burn the whole 3K on one shooter, I certainly could do that, right? I won't, but I could. I'm trying to keep the stop loss at 30% and the win goal also at 30%. I'm just trying to like stretch out our comfort zone. We've been playing 10%, right? This whole time. Let's see, crazy need $300 bankroll with $1,000 stop loss. You're going, no, $3,000 bankroll, guys, with $1,000 stop loss, not 300. $3,000 bankroll, $1,000 stop loss. So it's 1/3 stop loss. That's not crazy. I'm looking for a 1/3 win too. Here we go. Let's get a drawdown to work here if we can do it. If we 7 out, we start over again. Big deal, right? I'm going to burn the $400 in profit knowingly today. Probably not a smart move, but here we go. Yeah, just play the 75-100, right? AZ, boy, how much would I've made today with the 75-100 strategy, right? There's a yo, there it is again, right? There's another horn number, 6-5 a yo mid-mo. Whoop. I don't think I typed that in right. There we go, 6-5. Okie dokie. Let's get one here. Let's get one. Ah, you son of a bitch. I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to burn that $400, 527. That would have been such a sweet freaking regression, right? So there we go again. We threw $400 away for the second time today. Okay. And again, it's good to see it. I don't like it, right? But here it is, right? If you take that money and run like a disciplined player would, you're out of here with $400 in profit. We should have done it twice today. We should have done it. I think it's good in this respect. There's $400 for the dump. We're going to come back out. It's kind of fun, actually, to kind of just screw around a little bit. What did I put out there? 375. Hold on. I think I just made wrong change. Oh, this $100 goes here. What I like about what I'm doing not the losing part, but what I like about the rest of it is that you're seeing this strategy actually is pretty freaking strong, right? There's our $1,000. We're right back where we started again. The strategy is strong as hell. Like it's absolutely able to win $500 kind of on the regular, right? It's kind of cool. We didn't lock in the beginning anything. I've just been trying to win $1,000, right? So trying to win too much money is costing us, but look at how easy this thing wins the 500. Like it'll lose. I'll probably hit a losing streak here and lose the whole bankroll because that's my luck. But it's kind of fun to watch it do its thing. Like it's doing its thing, and it can. Yesterday it won $1,000, right? We were down 1,000 and we won 100. We won $1,100 with it yesterday. So it's got some serious teeth, which I like. Here we go. Let's come on out. Oh, did I screw that up? What happened here? What did I do with the roll tracker? I think the roll tracker's wrong. Hold on. That should have been a 9, right? I was on a point of 9. Hang on a second. 549. Then we had the 7 out, right? I don't remember what happened. I think it was what it was. Let's get that right. Dan, I'm here to have fun and also exercise it, right? I want to exercise the strategy a little bit because we haven't seen enough of what to do. And I wanted to explore the options today. It's not just about being a degenerate and having fun. It's about exploring the way this works. And you're saying to me things like, okay, get 2 hits and run. Get 2 hits and run. If I'd have done that today, we would have been out with profit twice. It shows you kind of where the butter zone is of getting out of here. So if everybody doesn't see what the butter zone is of getting 2 hits and running or 3 hits and running, then you kind of lose traction with it. And it's easy to say, let's just run it forever. But yeah, I wanted to try the drawdown as a way to get out of it, to kind of regress. Let's get out here. To kind of regress on the fly. There's a 1, 2, 3, ace deuce again. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. 375. We're getting lucky on these come outs today. We did have one loss on the come out, but all right, let's bring all this back. Got a bunch of greens here. There's 600, 700, 800 in the rack. All right. Let's get our point. Let's get our 2 hits and get the hell out of Dodge today, huh? Here we go. Oh, not a good throw. Not a good throw. Ooh, thank God we're off the dump. Not a good throw there. 6-5 into the. I pulled my pitch or whatever you call that. Pulled it into the corner. All righty. Seven. Boy, oh boy. 5-2. All right, there's a 10. 6-4 on the end. That's a 6-4, not a 6-1 that rolled. All right, let's do it. Let's get our hits and run like hell. Let's see. It looks like a 9, 5-4. 549, that'll pay. We have 1 quarter left, so it's 200 for the last quarter in our rack. That should be our money, right? There it is again, $1,000 in the rack, and again, 550 up top, okay? This time what I'll do is the right thing. We're gonna go down to here. I will do a proper regress this time, make everybody happy. I'm gonna bring back $375. That'll be a mortal lock. Let's go to 160 across. $15 change and write it out. We'll just write it out here instead of trying to be degenerates like I've been all day. Let's just write it out and make it happen. I'll try and get us to 204 first and start racking 50s. And if I don't get that done, then whatever. There's a 7. Look at that shit. Can you believe that? 617. My God, my throws today. All right. Well, we burned 160. it's a good regression. We do have $390 in profit. We're going to call it there. We've made $400 today. And to see this, I think it's important to see it, right? We made $400 here, 390. I was up 440. I was also up 475. We made $500-ish 3 times today. We started over every time because I blew it. And 3 times we locked it up, right? 3 times we got to $500. This thing, again, if you don't hit the nightmare scenario of come out losers and buckshot, which is the nightmare, you saw it last week. If you don't catch that, it's an easy $500 every time. I like that part of this thing. I like the one hit and tying. There's so much that I love about the strategy. You just got to get better rolls. You can't have every roll be 3 and be done. You're going to grind it. But hey, let's take the win and do our celebration. Here we go. I'm going to go change screens. I'm going to type it in for you today. Let's go here. I don't like the size of the win, but I do like the win. Daily paycheck. This is the mob. Whoops, the mob, not the mom. Buy in for 3,000. We're out for 38.90 from the bank, and this was, we actually won, whoops, 500 3 times today. Okay, let's save that. Boom. Come back to y'all. And let's go to the right screen here. Okay, the left screen. Okay, I'm gonna read some chats real quick. We have 7:45. Let's see. There's so much going on in chat today. Y'all laughing at me here. Mind sharing my math on why I'm regressing. I'm regressing because Dr. Dan says I have to. He's making me do it. Dan sent an email of why last night, and I was supposed to call you. I couldn't. Yesterday was such a crazy day at work. I couldn't call you. But yeah, there's a couple schools of thoughts here, right? You get the $500, lock it up, and do the regression, right? You get to where you're even, right? Where I was $1,000 in the bank and $550 up top, and the notion is, okay, 2 more hits, 3 more hits, right? If I get 3 more hits from that point on, that's my $1,000, right? You only need 6 hits to get there, which is fantastic. Today I never got the hits, so Dan says regress, and play it out like a champion. Okay, we did that. The mob ends up being in that situation, Duracell and everybody else. If you're gonna go 550 across for 2 hits and pull it down and regress your don't and go to like 160 across, the mob becomes the squeeze play, right? It becomes a way to just get yourself out for 2 rolls and even, and then play it out. That's what it becomes. It becomes a safety play for 2 rolls versus a way on its own to win money. And I think that's the personality crisis that I'm feeling with it. Does the mob want to be its own thing and win money? Or does the mob want to be a 2-roll safety play to regress? And I think that is my question all the time, right, with this thing. I'm not really sure what its personality is yet. So I'm a little bit with you and other people in chat, like I'm not sure what to do with it. Does it want to be a winning strategy or does it want to be a setup strategy? That's where it's got to be. No, Randy, John, hey, be nice. I don't suck that bad. Some days I'm doing really good. Let's see. Waylon says, if I had put the 500 in my pocket all 3 times and started over, you're exactly right. Right? You're exactly right. Which we would have been just fine. And I think that's something to think about too. And again, I didn't want to, how do I say this right? We're not here to play multiple sessions, right? Like this is a 1 day. I went to the casino 1 day and made my money. If I reset it, and kept going, that's another way to manage the bank, which we didn't explore that today. We could have locked it up and just restarted it, right? And I saw the comments earlier from both of you guys doing that. That might be how we do it, moving ahead. Reset the bankroll and start over again. Reset the bankroll and start over again. Not a bad way to approach it, right? But boy, you sure hate leaving the long roll uncovered up here, right? That's kind of tough to do. I think what I would rather do, honestly, is leave the don't pass up for 375, right? And hedge off that point, lock that money in no matter what, instead of pulling it down. Lock it in with plus money. I have no problem tomorrow doing what you're suggesting, right? Which is reset the bankroll and re-go. That's totally fine. But yeah, we would have won big time today if we'd have done that way of thinking for sure. All right, let me get out. It's time to feed the dogs. I'll see you downstairs for some more roulette this morning on the coffee run. And thanks again for being here. A lot of good talk. I think the strategy has to figure out what it wants to be. And I think that's the big thing. I think pulling it down and restarting is a really good idea, right? Lock in 5, going back out. Lock in 5, going back out is a good way to do it. Lock in 5 and going home is a good way to do it too. Y'all got to think about all the ways to do it. I think that's a great suggestion, but I'm going to celebrate and I'll see you back downstairs for a coffee run in a little bit. Bye.